Hi, I just finished my chores and I've been on TikTok for 5 minutes. And I have a question for the passport bros. Whew. How does it feel to know that you failed at life? Like, let me rephrase it in a way that you'll be more liable to answer me respectfully, hopefully. But I know you men, you lot don't like to take accountability for a bunch of stuff. So let's say, how does it feel to know that life failed you? Like, how does it feel to know that because you are so insufferable, ignorant, and arrogant, that all of the women, all of the female species in your vicinity are repulsed by you? Like, how does it feel to know that because you're so uncomfortable to be around, because you're so disturbing to the women in your vicinity, you have to actually go travel to the corners of the earth where nobody knows you? You have to skip out on a 2,000-mile radius to go to a community where nobody knows you because everyone that does want nothing to do with you. And then it gets better, right? Because it's a temporary fix. Because you go off and you travel to this 2,000-mile radius just to find out the women over there, they have brains too. They have expectations too. They have desires too. They're full people. You know what I'm saying? The women that you're avoiding here because they're sassy, because they're mean, because they're this, that, and the third, you go up to these other countries where women have even higher priorities and bigger non negotiables. And what do? Doesn't it feel kind of shitty? Doesn't it feel kind of predatory for you to know that in order for you to snatch and trap a woman, she has to be from a community where women are not really necessarily that educated, or they don't have the resources to diversify their lifestyles and know that they have way better options out there? Doesn't it feel weird? Don't you ask yourself, why am I like this? Like, you're pushing 90. All of your hair is gray. Most of you guys are bald, receding hairlines. You're supposed to have a kind of wisdom, right? You're supposed to have a kind of mindset, a kind of view on life that people like me are looking up to you. Like, this man right here, this is a man. This is a wise man. This is a man that can help me. But instead, people like me and people like you, people in your age bracket, in my age bracket, understand that you're just a clown. How does it feel to be the laughing stock of the Black community? All for research purposes. Please stitch my video. Thank you.
I laughed so fucking hard. And by the way, I believe she's a Haitian American or a Haitian immigrant. Just want to put that out there. That big ass nose, sausages and everything. Well, I'll answer that question. It feels pretty damn bad. It feels horrible that men have to get a passport and leave women because they've become worse than white supremacists, mouth-frothing racists against their own ethnic group and shit. I think it's a failure on the part of black women and shit. It's an indictment of their narcissistic, gaslighting behavior that men have become so pushed out of their ethnic community, lacking as it is, because of these same women and shit who push their men out when they introduce government programs like welfare and other, set-asides and shit that were available if you ejected the man from the home, thus resulting in single mother households and shit, by and large and shit. And the miseducation of black men for decades and shit, thus making the men you complain about and the ones you are seeking to emotionally attack today. I think it's sad, okay? I think it's pathetic. And I think it's horrible that none of the current crop of black women will ever be able to course correct because they see themselves as above reproach. They really believe that whole thing about being gods. All right, gods. Above reproach and shit, no matter what they're doing and shit in life. No matter what they're doing and shit or what their standards are and shit. And they have unattainable beliefs and shit and standards. All right, and men are just tired of it, Hey, you get small and shit, right? When you got nothing and shit, you get small and you learn to live with less. All right? Maybe that's a lesson you should take for your future, okay? Because, Not to say it. I don't think you could get a high value man and shit by your own fucking definition of shit because you look like a dude, right? You got a big fucking sausage's nose and you have you're a misandrist and shit. What I call like pseudo intellectual bullshit. You know, not based on anything. Pseudo intellectual. Yes, it applies here and shit. You were in a rare class with Sabria Rawls and shit, who lost her fucking job when she decided to fuck with us as a collective. You should think about that. Yes, it feels horrible. You know, that we have to leave. We have to leave and go to another country, go abroad and shit, because the women that hate us, you know, the women that absolutely hate us and miseducate us, abuse us, torture us and shit, miseducate. I can't say that enough and shit. That's why you have fucking incels that don't hardly know how to do shit. And a lot of the motherfuckers from one end of the age spectrum to my age and shit. Okay, I'm an older statesman of this here community, and I take umbrage at your, you know, you're sitting up having a glass of wine, doing your due diligence and shit. To, you know, hey, I guess you just couldn't. It's like taking a shit, right? You know, you gotta pinch one out and shit and fuck with a black man. You can go 24 hours without taking a jab at men that wouldn't even look at you twice and shit. And you know that the dudes that, you know, clap your, well, man cheeks and shit, ugh. Ugh. You know that the men that would be involved with you are desperate. They're desperate. They just want to feel what a woman feels like, even if it's attached to you. All right? Yeah, it feels horrible and shit. I admit it, okay, black woman, okay, Haitian black woman. I admit that it feels horrible that we have to leave a community that hates us, okay, a community we didn't build but was given to us and shit through you because you stabbed us in the back. You didn't take care of the children and shit. You miseducated them because you were selfish, and a lot of you were traveling with your passports around that time in the early to mid 70s to now and shit, doing your girls trips, going outside of the community, getting foreign peen, coming back pregnant or with STIs and shit, giving them to the guys over here, running out your best years and then wanting someone to come over and change a light bulb in your place and, you know, help your son with his homework and shit. You know, your adult son who already had a record as long as the nigga was tall. I don't know. Do you ask us how it feels? Well, it feels horrible today. But you know, there's always tomorrow and shit, and the sun will shine on us.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.